Hey, good morning, everyone. It is Kyle with Variety Airs and CoinOp, the biggest coin community on the interwebs. Over 12,000 members on our CoinOp forum on Facebook. Join it if you like to talk money. Anyway, money lovers, let's get to another bill searching video. So we start off with a nice $10 bill, and by nice, I mean it looks like crud. It's all folded up, wrinkled up, but it might have something hidden in there. So we're going to use this as a good example as I'm looking at it. You can see the fades and stuff from water all over this bill. If we look at the serial number down at the bottom right, it's a good example of something that could have been, but I'll use it as an example. So if it was 09820982, I would have held on to it for it being a repeater fancy serial number. But this one fell short by 10 digits. That's too bad. But nevertheless, still a cool example of what could have been. So look for repeaters in your pocket money. I don't see anything across the seals or anything with the print on the bill, so I'm just going to flop to the reverse side of the bill. We have some foreign ink up at the top. It's real beat up. Looks like it's been folded and jammed down in many a pocket and purse, sock, knapsack, whatever people carry their money in. So we're going to pass on that guy. Another use of a good example of something. This is a 2013 $1 bill, which, I mean, even if the camera was closer, you can't really read it from how faded off it is. This is, if you look at old documents like the Declaration of Independence and stuff like that, you can see the same discoloration, albeit this is not from age. This is from nature itself. The bill's been wet, and then it was dried out via, generally, outside. And when the bill dries from being wet, it does this color distortion. That's also the reasoning behind the bleeding of these numbers into the background behind it. The seals and the serial numbers are printed within the paper. Everything else is on it. So you can see that they're still pretty vibrant and legible, albeit they bleed around them into the fibrous material of the paper. So that just is an explanation of why it looks that way. Let's look at this. Nothing really jumping out on the back. Plus, it's just all beat up, so it's really hard to determine if any errors are there in some spots that would have minor errors. We'll move on. Picked up a couple $2 bills, so not really in loose change as much. These aren't as common as what I mean. It's a Series 2013 $2 bill. They're crisp. I got them from a Dollar General that I bought some beef jerky yesterday. I just thought it was cool and saw them in the ladies' register. I don't know, she was kind of weird when I was like, oh, hey, I see this in your register, like I was robbing the place or something. I don't know. But I love $2 bills. I just like to pick them up if I come across them. But these are obviously crisps, so I mean, there's nothing really crazy about these ones. They were, in fact, in order, which was cool. So they went from 455, 257, all the way to 59. So I won't really look through them because I did kind of, I'm not going to lie, I kind of peeked through them when I got them. But nice crisp $2 bills. We're going to be giving away some $2 bills over the weekend in our giveaway, but they are a little bit more special $2 bills, and we'll talk about those in the video coming up on Friday. So let's just skip by those bad boys. Got ourselves a $1 bill, Series 2013. Looks like Washington there has got a wrinkly eye. Nothing crazy. It's nice and folded up, so that kind of detracts from things. Nothing in the serial number. It was nothing to really call home about. No crazy radar bill. No birthday note. We found a couple low serial numbers in the last video, so that's cool. Everything seems pretty cool. That's a good plate number. 123. That's kind of cool. Nothing on that guy. 2013. This is sitting a little bit down and to the left, but it needs to be basically off this E for it to be a shifted print or misaligned print in a sense. Miscuts are more going to refer to the outside margin of the bill. And that would be a miscut. This is not a miscut. I'm just saying if the bill itself was shifted over where it's like sitting on the edge of the margin. But in most cases, if there's white, I call it white, but it is, obviously an off-white. But if there's a white border showing really in any regard, then that's acceptable from a quality assurance standpoint of the BEP, who makes American Federal Reserve notes. Nothing crazy. A little bit of a couple ink things up here towards where it says states, but I don't know whether it looks more like that's post-production damage. Once again, shifted down into the left, Series 2013. We see that a lot. We see that a lot along with the over ink of what would be the third digit, or the 6 here. We see that over ink quite often on 2013 Series $1 bills. Nothing in the serial number. We got some foreign stuff here. Looks like some foundation or makeup or something. You'll see a lot of just a bunch of pretty much anything on bills these days. Writing, stamps, math, phone numbers, whatever. Same deal, nothing in the serial number here, not enough repetition, not enough pattern going on for us to call home about or think it's collectible or worth anything above face value. The back of the bill, nothing nuts. There we go, that's that heavy ink 7, which I'll pull it closer to the camera so you can actually see what I'm talking about. See how heavy that 7 is there? That's a common thing with 2013 bills. It's interesting that we're missing... Let's see if that's something on the bill. Okay, we actually have a little bit of a lack of ink here. Now I'll have to look at it closer under like a scope to see if that splatter or absence of ink there on the collar or lapel of Washington's coat is due to a printing error or something that just happened post-production. We'll look at that closer. That's neat. We'll set it aside. I don't think anything on the back is really jumping out at me. Another $1 bill, Series 2013. As you can see, this one does not have what that previous bill had. This is sitting appropriately. This is where it should be sitting. It should almost be touching where the central part of the E connects with the stock of the E there. I don't know if that's at all correct English terms, but hey, I'm a money guy, not an English guy, so I'm going to call it what I want. Lower plate number, but nothing collectible. Another 2013. We'll see 17 bills coming out. I mean, they're out, but you'll see them more readily. I can get them from the bank if I ask them for, like, crisp $1 bills, but nevertheless, you don't really see them in circulation as much right now. I think as they transition out some older ones, we will see those. The BEP released a bunch of birthday notes and stuff, so that's kind of cool. I made a video about that if you're interested in birthday notes. Check that video out from last week. Some highlighter on there. Series 2013. Like a literal nose hair. Just hanging out on this bill. That's nice. Nothing really there. And not a date note. I mean, May 2nd's one day before my birthday. My birthday is May 3rd. So that would have been cool if it was, you know, May 3rd and then my birth year, but it is what it is. Nothing collectible there. Here we go. Nice date note. I know a lot of you that comment and stuff are like, well, date notes are silly. It should be birthday notes. You are right. But, you know, somebody's birthday was in 1582. More importantly, I'm a big history buff. I love the history behind currency more so than I like design qualities and errors and stuff. Albeit errors are where you're going to make the money on currency. But I like history. I like to use bills as a way for me to pick up little history tidbits. So, you know, August 20th, 1582, I will look at that date, see if there's anything interesting in it, and post it in the description box. If you're into that, you can look at pretty much any video where I find date notes and I put it in the description box. Something interesting that happened on that date. Or at least in that year. So 1582 might have had some very unique historical events, and I'd love to share them with you. So we'll set that aside too. Getting down there. $5 bill, Series 2006. This is the new 5. So these came out in September of 2007. But it's Series 2006. This is when they did the redesign. They changed the graphics. They removed the outside of the little portrait outside Lincoln there. I know I totally just fobbed. I can't talk this morning, so disregard that. The outside bezel thing that goes around the portrait of Lincoln. There we go. And they added some anti-counterfeiting things as they came across that 5s were being counterfeited quite readily, so they kind of tried to fix that. Same deal here. This is 2013, so as you can see, they look identical. This is just a newer version of that $5 bill. Nothing in the serial number. Nothing jumping out on the bill at me. Let's look at the reverse of the bill, see if anything just pops out at us. We have a little bit of like a heavy pressing. You can see through the bill. It's very small. If you look at my video from, I believe it's like last Tuesday or so, we found a really good example of complete pressing through the back of the bill of the whole serial number. So check that video out if you're into it. Let's look at what we did find. Kind of some more basic finds. We found a little history date note. We'll see if anything cools on that date. And we found a little bit of an absence of ink issue. Let me move those down so you actually can see what I'm talking about. Right on the lapel of Washington there. I will look at that under a scope, see if that's just something that got destroyed off the bill, or if it's something that actually happened when the bill was produced. Either way, let me know what you think. Let me know of your finds. I'm getting through the comments as quick as I can. I'm going back to older videos, commenting back to you guys. So I'm sorry if I've missed your comment or it's taken a little while. Please give me time. I'm but one boy and I'm trying to do my best. I will see you guys in the next video. Check out Coin Op with Dustin Morgan on YouTube for all your coin information and facts. And catch me in the next video on some bill searching and how we talk about some coins worth value. See you later.